What causes CDN vendor lock-in for your content? Imagine building a house and choosing a specific type of brick that only fits with certain tools. Once you start using that brick, switching to another kind becomes a huge hassle. That's similar to what happens when you implement a content delivery network vendor lock-in. When you're relying heavily on one provider, your setup becomes intertwined with their special tools and systems. Many CDN providers offer features that are not standard across the industry. For example, some have custom caching methods or security features like web application firewalls that only work within their platform. Using these proprietary options makes it tough to switch because your content delivery setup depends on their unique technology. Another big factor is vendor-specific application programming interfaces. These are the tools that let your systems talk to the CDN. If your website or app automation depends on one provider's API, changing to another means rewriting a lot of code. That can be time-consuming and expensive. CDNs are often part of larger cloud or hosting services. For example, a company might use Amazon Web Services CloudFront along with other Amazon services. This tight integration makes it harder to move just the CDN part without affecting everything else. Moving to a different CDN could mean reconfiguring DNS settings, security policies, and monitoring tools, which adds complexity. Configurations like caching rules, security certificates, or geographic restrictions are often stored in formats that are not easy to transfer. If you want to switch providers, you might have to manually recreate these settings, which takes extra time and effort. Switching CDNs also costs money. You might need to pay for migration labor, deal with temporary performance drops, or retrain staff. These costs discourage frequent changes and help keep you tied to one provider. The industry itself doesn't have universal standards. Each CDN vendor has its own way of doing things, which means their features and APIs are not compatible with others. This fragmentation makes it difficult to switch without major adjustments. From how the internet routes traffic to how it manages bandwidth, vendor lock-in impacts many parts of content delivery. Changing providers means reoptimizing these network factors, which can be complicated and time-consuming. To avoid getting stuck, many organizations use multiple CDNs or create layers that work with different providers. This way, they can switch or balance traffic without rewriting everything. In simple terms, vendor lock-in happens because of reliance on proprietary tech, unique APIs, tight integration with other services, configuration challenges, and the costs involved in switching. Knowing these factors helps you plan a flexible content delivery setup that can adapt as needed.